Moo. It's 20mm RPG with my dark voice. It's from a flu that I had. It's cool. I got walls of text from you know who. Actually, disregard my reply to you. Don't make a video. Make more walls of text. I want to see tons of walls of text. I want you to waste every waking hour of your life making walls of text comments on my videos, because I want to waste every living waking moment of your life making walls of text. Welcome to Castles and Crusades, where I'm going to watch this through. I think we went through some of this with Crispy, and I think Flame Zombie was attending that, where I was doing commentary. So I'm just going to go ahead and play through this. I'll make some comments if there's anything that I want to point out about this. This is me going from... this is me trying to conquer a lot of stuff, but myself in trying to stay out of the player's way, and to conquer that thing, you know, it's a battle. So I went through about 3 sessions, you know, trying to do step by step and figure it out. But let's watch it, because these are the lost episodes before we started broadcasting again. So this was kind of like practice, but I thought, well, we may as well broadcast this. Here we go. Let's play it now.
So Calrissian sees ahead of him the group of stragglers that have been rescued.
Well, let me know if you can hear this.
The catacomb wall, secret entrance. Karnwick is helping them through. And as you are observing this, you hear a mighty battle cry up above, with the clash of weapons from whence you came.
I pull my glowing sword and say, "Keep going!"
And they keep on running everybody through.
And I follow
Karnwick
behind.
And Bernier.
I'm at the back of the group, and I decided that I was leaving, running. So that's what I'm doing. I'm following the group, and I keep my eye open if I can find a torch.
You
Okay, so I think I may have mentioned this. Max is trying to he's trying to pull back, and he's realizing, you know, that he may be running long on his descriptions. You just have to go ahead and do. You just have to think of it one action, and trust that I'm going to come back to you as you're concluding your action. And I know he likes to clarify a lot. He pulled back quite a bit on his recent episodes, and he does really well now. So this is like, I think that we did this in like October, so it was quite a ways back. Let's keep on.
you check around the chamber in this location, and you do see a wall sconce.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for a some physical, like a real torch with fire. If we drop one at some point, like, or if there's, so that's as I run,
Mick,
that's what I'm looking
Mick, you do your attack.
I use combat sense.
Now, keep in mind, I did that. I cut him off because what I'm trying to do is ignore anything beyond a one action kind of thing. And I think he eventually realizes I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but it's to help him realize, oh, I'm running a little bit long, and it's to help me in keeping the integrity of what we're doing, ignoring the extra actions per turn and all that stuff. So like I say, he's an awesome role player now. He's really you watch him now, and he's learned a lot from all this. It's great.
And I get ready to swing with my battle axe.
Roll.
Man, I rolled terrible.
11.
You strike at the cultists, and they are basically cowering in fear as they're being hit, screaming in pain as you cleave into one.
No, I have to still learn how to not say basically, kind of, sort of, all that kind of stuff. It's something that I have to work on. I believe I cut back quite a bit on that, and it's something that I continuously work on. So. Poor Big Bad. He's just like, ugh.
The cultist goes down, screaming, choking. The other ones around him whirl around in confusion, trying to get an assessment of their surroundings. Meantime, the gnome heads on down towards the group as well, trying to keep pace with everyone, passing Bernier. Całirizian.
I look back as I hear sounds in the distance and I swing my glowing sword. If you're back there, just follow the light.
The rest of you hear that call out. Bernier.
As I hear the fight, and they're like, I yell, Mick, come with us. Let them be. And I keep following the group.
Mick.
That was good.
I turn around and start running towards the group.
Making your move down the hallway. Mick
Ow.
heads down the stairs.
Now I don't ever reiterate what the players are saying. I might have slipped maybe on the Centauri video, maybe once. I'm not sure. I'd have to rewatch it. I will be rewatching it because we got the game happening tomorrow, so I want to keep fresh in my mind all the NPCs and stuff like that in that game. So we'll continue watching.
Bernier sees Mick descending.
I'm coming!
And Mick passes Bernier with his rush. Całirizian, you notice that the last of the people have gone through the secret passage.
I just wait a moment longer. This is your last chance. Come on, come through. I start crawling through. Sheath my sword.
Calrissian makes his way over top of the sarcophagus, diving into the secret spot and behind it as he appears into the room with the gold sconces that were up. He sees the rest of the group, 4 women, 3 men, and a number of children amongst them, cowering in fear, wondering where they are. Oh, this is not natural. Where is this place?
Keep going or you're gonna be dead.
I love it.
And Carnwick ends up going up against the wall, trying to figure out how to open it from the one side.
You'll back to Bernay. Bernay, we need your expertise. Get in here.
I rush over there, look at the wall, try if I can figure it out.
After clambering through, Bernier makes his way into the room, seeing the number of children and people around, looking confused and distraught. He approaches the door, the secret door entryway, praising how to get past it. And you find a secret panel. Press.
Yep.
Mick.
Mick is here.
Sometimes, like I say, Spencer is watching it, and I think he gets, that TV-itis, where you suddenly, you're watching this whole thing, and then you forget that you are a participant, and that's what happened. So, yeah, takes practice.
He's with the people, helping shepherd them through the hallway.
And the gnome follows in behind Mick, going in through the secret passageway as well. Bernier, you find the trigger to the secret entrance.
Yep. I'm gonna wait until everybody went through, and before I go through, I try to look if I can close the door, after I pass it and disable the mechanism.
So the people wander through the opening of the secret door with Carnwick leading them along. Come, quickly. We must make it out alive. And you hear a couple of them kind of cower and scream slightly as they enter the bone room.
Nothing to be scared of. While I'm doing that, I'm going to go steal some of those crystals from the sconces. Don't worry, it's just some bones.
We have nothing to worry about here, man. Got nothing.
Calrissian loots the area, the vicinity of the gold engraved sconces.
Grab some for me too.
Sure.
I like gold.
The gnome makes her way through as well, and she hits the panel, deactivating the secret door.
Bernie, help me
Yeah.
loot this place.
This is still me trying to figure out my narrator voice. This is quite some time ago. Like I say, probably late September, October, and it's. I look back at this and I'm just like, wow. We did such a massive improvement with in recent sessions. It's just incredible Yeah, and some of the things is just man, just just here to keep on listening to this.
Come on.
I'd like to try to block the passage so we.
Oh, if you want to come in, I'll hand I'll send you an invite here. Shana, and keep this going here.
We cannot be pursued. That's what I'm trying. What I like to do now, man.
This room is empty, having no other objects in it that would block the passage.
We need to get out of here.
Let's go. I pull my sword and rush forward.
Are you afraid of the dark?
I'm afraid of the people pursuing us.
And Calrissian, you enter the bone room, seeing seeing Karnwick and the people in there. Karnwick is just approaching the door to open it. As you see him do so, you rush in.
I rush in.
Rush through the door into the hallway, seeing that there is a passageway going straight and one veering to your right.
Say, to the front, Bernay. Don't worry about those people in the back. We're getting out of here. I don't know how to navigate this labyrinth.
The gnome goes, I have everyone. I have everyone.
As I rush forward with the group, I look for two little kids. I pick one under each my arm so we can go a little faster.
Carrying two of the kids underneath each arm, you're faced with a choice, straight or to the right. Straight ahead
Using my sword as a
is
sword.
the remains of a collapsed wall.
We go to the right.
You're leading
Brigade.
now, man.
Bernier turns and goes to the right. It's dark.
I'll enter
The light
before it.
from the torch behind you from Calrissian. Tick.
We need to figure out a way to get out of here. That's blocked. Might as well go right. I start heading towards right.
Bernier travels down the hallway to the right. As you approach the corner leading to an offshoot passage, the corner turns once again to the left, or the option of the offshoot passage at an angle. You do notice with your keen eye, Bernier, there is streaks on the floor as if something was dragged, bleeding. The blood darkened and caked on the floor in a streak-like manner.
That's not fresh blood. I point. I say, Cal, there's blood on the ground. I don't think that's us that did that.
What?
I don't think we made false route. I don't think we came here.
I'll put the light to see the blood and see if it's
See
fresh.
the blood. It is not fresh. It has been at least a few days. It is black.
What do you think? You think this is the wrong way? What do you? This is.
That's why I wanted us to always follow the left wall. But at some point we veered up and we didn't do that. So now, how do we fucking get off of here?
I don't know, man. But these people are coming. We got to make decisions quick.
Do you recognize this place?
Look around and see if I recognize it.
Here, how about this? I'll take off to the right and you guys take to the left.
Calrissian, roll a wisdom.
No.
$11 or $8.
This all looks the same to you. Underground, ruined, spider webs up in the
Amen.
corners.
Spider webs. They were close to the top, man. That's where the spiders were last time.
But I don't remember seeing any cake blood on the way in.
I don't
I
remember
would have
that
noticed
either.
that.
Hmm.
And it's not
Well-
fresh, so it's not since we came by.
Any questions there, Czosᴜnʟᴇs?
Do you
This
wanna-
was a
do you-
while ago. This was a while ago.
Do you want to go back to playing this way?
No. I mean, I'm.
Why not? Why not?
I'm
You
really
played this-
glad. I'm really
both
glad that that Big Bad has such patience in this one. It's hilarious.
I mean, we both played this way for a while, at least in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I could easily run a 2D game, no problem, but it's not fun.
Love the cup. Love the cup, by the way.
Yeah, someone cool made it.
Yeah, I hear it's got a really unusual bunch of back and forth on it. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Now, in this game session, I noticed that Big Bad's got his NPC, not his NPC, but his
Yeah.
character. Where are the other
Yeah.
guys' characters?
Yeah,
Consistency.
Yeah, Spencer isn't quite that computer literate, so and for
I thought
for
you
Max,
guys would just make AI
Yeah.
characters for everyone.
we end up doing that later on, and when I smarten up and our more recent Castles and Crusades, we all have the avatars. I've been making them go back and forth, using them as like a method of telling them who's up without
Yeah.
having me say, Mick, you're up. Bernier, you're up. Yeah. So, yeah, we kind of cut a lot of the fat off of this and cleaned it up on our more recent Castles and Crusades sessions. Yeah, let's continue on listening to this.
I think we should go back. I think
Double back?
right. Yeah, I think we should double back. I took right when it should have took left.
All right. Let's do it then. Sorry up.
They're so close to
thing we
the
can do,
exit
We
that
could
you
go
can
back where the
taste it.
sarcophagus guy, where the secret opening was. It's a small opening that people need to crawl through. If we wait on the other side, if people pursue us, we can try to get them there.
Oh, I remember
Check
this
for our
one.
fighter. We're trying to get out of here quickly.
We can ask Conwick to take the people out.
Think
Yeah,
he's
I remember
just as
them
lost
trying
as we
to
are.
figure
Yeah,
a
but
way
doesn't
out
he
of
know
it.
it? Does
Yeah, this is the one that we did the it was me, Crispy, and I think it was Flame Zombie. We were rewatching this particular episode. I just wanted to finally just have it public and go through it and just do a comment every once in a while and
Yeah.
maybe a thought, that sort of thing. May as well get it out there. Have some entertainment watching how how I carried myself and how I've improved things. So
Does he know his way out or does he not?
What about this side passage over here, says Carnwick.
I'm gonna go
Let's
down.
go, let's go check out the side packet, the side passage.
You want me to go down by myself?
I'll go down first, cautiously with the light. on my
I was
sword.
going to lead the way.
Come on, Nick.
I dropped the chill.
I like when you guys use dialogue.
Bernier
That's
grabs
cool.
the children.
I grab Mick and throw him to the front. Come on, let's go. These people are coming, man.
I'm right beside you, Cal. Let's go and do this.
Mick and Calrissian take the front. Carnwick has a torch as well to make sure that everyone can see. and you look down the passageway, seeing that it continues on for about 20 feet and ends
That's the
dead
exit.
end.
I'm gonna look around for hidden doors of any kind.
Brittany, can you see if there's any secret handle or button or anything down over here?
I don't
I
understand this
can
part.
look, but do we know?
Can't
what,
they just
even if
go
I find something,
to
what
where
it's
you
gonna lead
said?
us? That's probably not the way we came in. Getting
It
close
probably
behind us.
isn't, but we're
You know what it is about doors, right?
Yeah, I know.
gonna try and get out of here just as well.
I mean,
I'd rather, like,
you guys
go
are trying this
back
for the
and-
first time, right? This is one of the first times you guys even tried doing this, right?
Yeah, this was a session that I didn't want. Yeah, it was kind of like, after we did the session where Abraham said that, he was like so frustrated in my chat. He was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, no,
Yeah.
and yep, and this
Mr.
this
Max
is it.
quit, remember?
Yeah.
And then I talked to Mr. Max and I said, "Don't quit. Come back." So he came back for like a couple months
Yeah.
until yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
He'll
he's
be back. He'll be back. He'll be back.
yeah. He's still active in the in our server, in our Discord server.
He's still young.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's more role play left in him.
There is. He might go out into the wilderness and go, oh yeah, this is why I was playing this way. Kind of like what we're watching
He
here.
He does a 4D video saying,
Mm-hmm.
we're not trying to break up the community.
Right.
That was the tone and setting for his video. And then the next day, poof, I quit.
Well, there was some pretty harsh things said about him, and yeah, he really took it to heart.
Okay,
Those were his friends.
I was out of the loop, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not in those discords.
No, he's still all in our Discord. He's still interacting in there, and he just needs a break, sort things out.
Yeah.
I could totally understand. Yeah, let's continue.
When does not
Try to find the
simply
part that we
just
came-
What's that?
when does not simply just leave 4D?
Yeah. He will return.
True, because the spot is most likely clear. We don't want to find new monster,
I'm always up for a fight.
but we have like women, children with us.
So we'll make a
Tell them to keep
decision.
back.
I remember they were carrying
Let's turn
kids.
back.
They were carrying kids with them for like the longest time.
Yeah.
You maneuver yourself back through the women, children, and the few men that were captured, and make your way back into the corridor, which is a choice of a left or a right. You came from the left, your last moment. The right has the passageway, which you can
Here,
see.
We're going to
the
do this in the
streaks
corner.
of blood on the floor.
Yeah. 2D.
2D.
I'm gonna go run ahead
For now.
and see what's down this hallway.
I wanted to go back to because that's the second branch that we saw. I wanted to go back to the previous branch.
You want to head back to the bone room?
Yeah, there was like another branch before that. I think it's the other branch that we took the wrong one.
Yeah, but doesn't that other branch have a dead end on it?
Man, I'm lost. Okay, that's gonna take a long time.
I love
Let's
it.
follow one wall. So when we get at the dead end, we turn around and we follow always let's pick the right wall. So I follow the right wall in this passageway with the cake blood.
Bernier puts his shoulder into the right wall, guide himself down the corridor. The blood streaks continue down this side. As you approach further down the hall, you see that the passageway goes T left and right.
You got better doing
See the
passageways.
streaks on the floor go to the right.
Because we used to both say, it seems
I
like
said we
you're
follow the
near
right wall, but
a
are we
passageway.
following the blood?
Or it looks like maybe a passageway.
I still see a little bit of that happening in here and stuff, and it's
you
stuff
do?
that I work on a little bit later. This one I've been my focus was to hold back and try to stay just totally narrator.
Oh, that's
form.
right. Yeah, that's right. I remember.
But-
You're trying not to tell the players where they all go and stuff.
But the problem is I'm still over narrating their actions, and
You see, you think, you feel, you hear,
and then they say what they do, and then I say again their action and explain what they're doing. It's just this
that's
is
double
terrible.
bad.
That's
double
terrible.
bad when you re-narrate what you've already narrated.
That's right, and yeah.
You
it's-
do that if there's a commercial. When you come back from a commercial, then you re-narrate what happened.
Yeah,
But you had no commercial.
that's true. That's a good.
Because on Batman, they always re-narrate after a commercial on the TV show.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? Let's follow the right wall.
You're the boss now, man.
All right, let's follow the right wall. That's the only way to get out of it. Like when you're lost.
No, Bernier was right. He knew
the right
where
wall,
the
then.
exit was.
Yeah. Big Bad's such a pro in this, just doing his thing and trying to, keep
He stays in
cool
character.
head in there. I say Spencer sometimes gets lost, but he's catching on. Once he realized, hey, I'm observing this and I'm watching it like a TV show. And I forget that it's my turn. Yeah, I think he's caught on a little bit.
When I was learning, I used to sit and just listen to the other players and forget that I'm in the game.
Yeah. And Max is I think once I kind of I cut him off a couple of times to kind of give him that nudge that, hey, you got to shorten it up a bit. It's only one action that you're explaining here.
Yeah.
He's catching on in this episode.
Yeah. When he first started, he would talk a lot.
Oh yeah. And it's a whole lot of corrections that we did just to get to where we are today. It's
You did it fast. It took me years to get where you guys got in just a few months. Because I didn't have examples to follow,
Man, it's been a whole year, man. Like a whole year since I said, okay, I got to get serious about this and work on this. And
I remember you did those GM diary videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I deleted all
Bernier
my GM
follows the right.
diary vids. I used to have those kinds of vids. I wish I still had them, but the volume and microphone was still bad back then.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping everything up so that my microphone is bad in this because I had that what's it called, the NVIDIA broadcast interfering with my mic, and that was the issue. Yeah. So
it's a pain.
I'll
He likes to
continue.
take
Right
over.
wall
Yeah, it takes over.
following the streaks as it goes around. You turn the corner slightly, seeing that there is a 10-foot passageway, which you see a doorway which is opened inwards. Double door, very intricate carvings in it, slightly skewed open.
We didn't see those doors before, so
I don't remember them at all.
You see the streaks continue on through the doorway.
we would
it's
remember
not
those
just-
doors. So now we can bar off. If you're looking for the place that we came from, we can bar off this way, so we can turn around and follow the right wall, which is gonna be the other one since we turn around. And
Through the air, you hear a
shit, I don't
What
want to
is
have
it?
that behind us.
That doesn't sound good.
One of those fucking zombie again.
You guys take the
Fun
front,
day.
I'll take the rear just in case.
I'm
Fucking
right here
zombie.
in the front with you, Cal.
We turn around or we go kill that thing. We don't know how many there's gonna be there.
Just
I'm up for a fight. I want to kill that thing.
I'll watch the rear if you guys just want to go. It's up to you though.
Thinking about those people we have with us.
No, the zombie's awfully slow. We could probably outrun it.
Let's turn around and follow the right wall. The right wall. It's gonna lead us out of here at some point.
I position myself at the back of the group and watch our rear.
Yeah, I need some light, so I take one of the scone that we picked
I'll
up.
get one of my crystals.
And I follow the
Passes
right
the
wall.
crystal. Bernier, you see that the right wall turns into that open doorway.
Yeah, I mean, like I when I see the doorway in front of me, I turn around 180 degree and following the right wall. Like then we're backtrack where we come from.
Opposite side.
Yeah.
Clarified. Bernier follows the wall on the right-hand side as he turns around, continuing back from where he had originally come from. Coming around the corner, he sees the passage which they had traveled from. Turning to the right. Turn around the corner, continuing along the wall, and you come to a T intersection.
Oh yeah,
Again,
very old.
10-foot passageway.
So yeah, Phil. This is when I'm starting to try to figure out my narrator voice and stop directing people around and everything. It hasn't happened yet, so this is old me. That's why you see the 2D in the corner, and yeah. It's it, yeah, and yeah, it's that's what, yeah, it is what it is. We'll continue on here.
To the left with the door. To the right, you see the hallway continues with a broken out section of the wall remains on the floor.
Guys, do you remember? Did we fucking go through that broken wall?
Carry from back here.
Sorry?
I carry you from
Hardwick
back
shrunk.
here.
I have
Do
no
you-
idea.
I'm looking for zombies from behind.
Let's go look in that
Hell.
wall.
Kel turns around, looking around for any signs of pursuit. Seeing nothing. Just darkness beyond the flicker of his torchlight.
Man, is that fucking rain? Like she went crazy and she led us like without any plan.
I'm not crazy, says Rain.
Well, do you remember? Don't you people know about underground stuff?
Let me think.
I don't see nothing back here, you guys.
She
But I
looks
don't know.
back and forth. She's like, I can understand natural stone, but this is all intricately carved and not sure which way is which here. We've been
I go
turning
in the-
around so much.
I go in the passageway where the wall is collapsed. Not in the and
Bernier heads on towards the wall, towards the collapsed wall portion. As Bernier approaches, seeing that there is empty sconces on either side, on either side of the passage. Between the two, to the right-hand side, he sees a little opening of the collapsed wall where there is a sarcophagus inside. Small 10 by 10 little room.
there's missing scones there. It's probably like the one that we took. There's missing like those empty scones, probably like the crystal that we took there. So I guess that must be the right way. I look at if like there's in the dust, if there's like sign of recent passage.
Do so. Calrissian, you still do not notice anything behind you. Passage is clear. Mick, you are in the forefront, in front of the rest of the people near Bernier.
I have my weapons drawn. I'm just keeping by him in case something happens.
Bernier.
Yeah, I was looking at for sign of passage because we would have let the.
You look at the ground, you see that there are many footprints going back and forth here. By the looks
That's our
of
way,
it,
guys.
by the looks of it, you see them back and forth.
I think that's our way, guys.
Let's take
Where
that
was
and
you,
follow it to-
Bernier?
Yeah.
You're leading the way, man. I'm just your protection right now. You have to let.
I go in the passage, still following the right wall.
Bernier follows the passage, following the right-hand side of the wall. Continues on another 10 feet, and he sees an intersection up ahead. The intersection is a four-way intersection. To the left, as you look to the left, you see the passage goes 10 feet and ends with a single door. The passage in front of you, 10 feet, ends in a single door. The passage to the right continues down the hallway further into darkness.
We stick to the plan. Go to the right.
Stick to the plan. Bring it to its conclusion. Let's find it out.
Let's
That's
find
it.
out. Follow with the right hand wall.
Bernier follows the right-hand wall, going through the intersection, continuing down the hallway towards, once again, he sees that same door up ahead with the split in it. He recognizes it right off the bat. Door that you heard the whisper
Full
from.
circle.
You see a passage.
Where are the other players
your
saying where they
right.
go?
They're
They're
just
down
they're just saying that they're following behind
Okay.
all the time. Yeah.
Okay. Automatic move.
So
Okay.
yeah. If you were to see the map, it's like a big square. So it's a square that's going around like this, and then there's a little side passage that comes out, which is the exit. But there's also, like, in each corner of this big giant square, passageway that's going in this kind of circle. There's like little doors going off on one, and then there's like the little secret area that they had come from before, where they rescued the people. And so
I remember you drew it. You drew
Yeah,
it on paper.
yeah,
I remember
I
you
had
showing
it.
it once.
It was so simple, but they make it sound so complex in this description. It's hilarious. Yeah. This is truly painful for me to watch.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is. It's just like no, yeah, no, all the way through.
I'm looking for worse things to happen before I say something.
All road seems to lead here.
The
I mean, no one's
gnome
asking
is
questions, at
soothing
least.
the children.
Yes,
The one
yeah.
child that's left on its own. The
That's half the
other
battle.
elders are like looking around, kind of scared and frightened.
If this is supposed to be, we might as well go through the door, Bernier.
They're still carrying kids, remember?
You-
I think we
Yes.
I think we just went around in a circle.
They got like one in each arm or
Do we
something.
leave somebody with the children here? Like Rain, you want to stay here with the children?
They leave the children.
Yeah, I will stay with the children.
And Conric as well?
Carnwick agrees. I'll stay with them. You guys figure the way out.
Okay,
We'll let you
Cal,
know if-
Bernier,
we'll let
let's do this.
We'll
Let
let
me
you
have a
know
look.
if anybody comes.
Before, stay close to me, but a few feet behind. I'm gonna go have a look, trying not to be seen.
I want to move through the crowd. Up to
They
the
have a
front.
little bit of action coming.
I'm right behind you. If you need me, just holler.
I don't remember what happens, but when it happens, I'll remember.
Bernier, roll for your shadowy visage in the portal.
Oh, that's like 28, 27.
Beautiful roll. As he continues through the hallway, sneaking along, he almost becomes like darkness up ahead in the view of Calrissian. You approach the area of the door, looking down the passageway. You can see the blood streaks that
I have a
came
question.
from that area.
Sure.
And
Does
Then-
Ted run games like this?
No. Ted was always like he just sat back while we did the thing, you know.
Oh, okay, that's
and,
me then.
And we
sit
stayed
back.
in character. I mean,
He didn't tell you where you guys go or what you see or what you do.
No, he just described things, but yeah,
Okay.
that was so long ago that you know it
it's
was
like
something that I'd kind of
centuries.
forgotten about in his games, and then you recollect. Yeah, he did that. He just didn't say anything. He just let things fly, and he just interjected when he needed to. It was great.
So were you like me when you'd be in a game like that and you think, oh, that was so cool, but you didn't know what was different about that game?
Yeah,
You didn't recognize what was different to be able to say, I know how he did it.
Yeah. It was like I was just mesmerized, and you know I wanted to know, but
They didn't have books back then.
Yeah,
The old hippies could do it in the 70s.
and you know the funny thing is Ted's from Anaheim, so you know kind of close to your territory there. But that was back in the
Gnarly, dude.
That was back in the 80s, you know, the mid 80s.
Radical, dude.
Yeah.
And into between the doors.
I can see anything, guy. I whisper like back. I can see anything, guys. Man. Let's go. Let's go see.
Right behind you.
Move up to Bernay.
The group continues on towards Bernier's location.
Let's draw a light in there.
Take one of my crystals and roll it in there.
Bing, 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 bing. Roll it for your aim.
I'm gonna do
Add
this.
your dexterity.
At 20.
It rolls in. You can see between the doorway, you can see the little crystal follow along on the floor. You see it's an intricate pattern of red and black mosaics. You also notice that at the very end where the crystal suddenly stops, about 30 feet into that room, glows by itself. You see what appears to be possibly either an altar or sarcophagus.
What appears to be.
A lot of sarcophagus in this place.
Bernie, can you
Yep.
sneak ahead? We got a little bit of light in there. Maybe you can see a little bit and maybe flag us if you need us. We're
I'll
gonna
I'll try.
we're gonna stick by the door.
I get in the room and I go along the wall, like I go on the side along the wall.
Bernier opens through the passage, squeezing through the doors. He sees up ahead that there is a long, elongated room. It has an archway up above, and you notice there is sconces, one on either side, and then sconces another 10 feet up, one on either side, and then further on, another pair, and then at the very end, you see definitely looks like sarcophagus. At the very end.
See anything in there?
One of these?
Excuse me.
Need our help in there, Bernay?
I don't think we came through here. Like, are we trying to find a different exit than we came through? Are we trying to find the? There might be another exit, but we might run into more trouble.
As you are talking, you hear once again from the sarcophagus almost an echoey, ethereal sound.
What is that?
You hear the top of the sarcophagus slide.
Oh,
All right,
Just like
guys,
in
it's another
Skyrim.
little fucker. Let's take care of it.
Let's
Come
take
on.
care of it. I draw my other sword and rush in there with Bernay.
War.
what if it's a beautiful princess?
And as everyone is making their war noise, the sarcophagus lid slides across. You hear the stone thunder as it hits the ground. Feel the ground vibrate.
I don't think this is the same thing that we fought earlier.
Get ready, man. This is gonna be crazy.
Throw
I'm
grenades
ready
into
for
it.
this.
Get him, Mick.
Oh yeah.
Get him before he gets out of the coffin.
You know, you could tell the guys are genuinely fearing for their for their characters in this situation. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. It takes me a while to nail this down, but man, it's like I say, this is hard to watch. I just feel so bad. But it has to be shown in order, so that people can see, the progress. It's basically, I have like 3 sessions like this where we do like progressively better and better and better. So
Yeah.
You notice from the coffin, you can see a lump of something arise, like an arm coming up, and then pulling up what looks to be a body as well, as it
Looks like a body.
throws the body over
appears to
top
be.
of the lip of the sarcophagus. It tumbles to the ground, and it itself starts rising up.
What are you waiting for? I charge in with my
Calrissian, you charge in.
my short sword.
Roll dexterity for me, please.
It's triggering off all these traps.
21.
As you rush in, Calrissian, you hear something go past your head.
Oh, that's not good.
Still charging in.
Keep on charging in. Roll dexterity once more.
18.
I was trying to get
You
my
hear
Sophie
once again
dice
another
to start up,
past your head.
but OBS isn't working for me
Keep on
today.
charging
Okay.
in. One more roll.
28.
Nice.
Once again. Darts go flying as far as Bernier can see from either side. As they clatter along on the floor and hit various areas on the interior walls of this area, you can see the darts fall down and clatter around.
You want to live forever, boys? Come on.
Calrissian, you approach the body which is rising from the sarcophagus, and you may strike.
Strike with my short silver sword and my dagger.
Roll.
He's on the ball, like,
And
he rolls right on the spot. And that's
16.
great.
Yeah.
14 and 16.
Yeah. You're still using a D20 though.
Here,
Mm-hmm.
14 and
The
16.
luck die.
You strike into the creature. You notice that as you plunge into it, it is wearing some form of banded armor on it, blazoned with a skull on it.
It's wearing
Roll
some kind of
damage.
armor, you guys.
Roll damage.
Three.
With both weapons.
3.
3 in total. Oh my god.
Summer's thick, you guys.
Into it, but not causing as much damage as you thought.
I got a
Creature
stick.
says, "Curse." Roll charisma.
This one, dog guys.
Oh,
Bernier, roll charisma.
8.
Mick, roll charisma.
Uh, 17.
He's using his phone.
I don't know what he's
Calrissian, you
using.
feel, although
He's using his phone to
no,
roll
you-
dice.
strike at it, you suddenly feel an overwhelming sensation come over you where you cannot strike again. Bernier feels the same way, somewhat ensorcelled by some sort of magic. Mick does not believe in magic. He is a barbarian.
Barbarian straight good, boys. Here I go. And I'm going to use combat sense and swing with my battle axe and short sword dual wielding.
Roll for each one.
Amber dexterous.
No, that's
6
why he's
for the
doing so
first
terrible.
one,
Oh. So half damage from
8
each or something.
And 12.
He gets
Well,
a minus. I
you
think it's a
cleave
minus
into
6,
it,
minus.
Glancing off of its armor as
3
it
or something
clutches
like
your
that.
sword with its other hand and brushes it aside. It pulls forth the mace. It comes down at you.
Whoa!
Watch out, Mick.
Oh, what happened?
And it just barely misses you, sweeping over top of your head. Mace goes ahead and clashes against the wall behind it as it does a full swing. The skeletal thing is quite large, about 7 feet tall at its peak. Calrissian.
You know what? You're just an ugly bastard. I taunt him. Gotta make a wisdom saving throw. Gotta beat a 19. Or he must attack me. And I use my dagger as a defense.
The creature looks at you and glares. Its eyes glow red,
You're an ugly son of a bitch. Bring it on.
almost bringing up a vision of darkness around it as it does so. Bernier.
I get back my mind, and then I approach the creature, following in the footpath that Mick took as much as possible.
Very well. Roll for your charisma.
So what does the charisma do?
It's a
As you
save
do so,
for
you
the
Still feel compelled. And you cannot strike at it,
being compelled.
feel ensorcelled somehow.
Oh, okay.
Mick.
Like a willpower?
Yeah, he's got an aura. This
Leaning
creature has
forward
an
and I
aura
swing
that
again
creates
with
Oh, I
both.
fear.
I see.
21 for the battle axe.
Hits.
I thought maybe the thing was
9
super
for the
ugly.
short sword.
Miss.
And you're trying not to go crazy looking at something uglier than you or something.
Yeah.
3. Take that.
You raise into it. Shing! The armor takes up most of the damage. The
There's armor on
creature
the thing?
looks down
Yep.
towards Calrissian and attacks with its mace. And
The 16 AC. Is that all you got, you stupid son of a bitch?
it just misses. Once again, with its mace, it clashes up against the stone walls, causing some of the chits of the mosaics being splayed across red and black powder away. Calrissian.
You're as ugly as you are, slow, and I keep taunting it till my mind becomes my own again.
You may roll for your charisma.
20.
As he says that, I start laughing.
23.
You start to feel the break. You're coming through.
The game's more exciting at 1.5
Bernier.
speed.
Yeah.
The same time in my mind.
My games are
controlling
slow. I should speed them up.
9.
It still has a grip on your head, saying, "There's no way you can hurt me." Let's go with the attack once again against Calrissian.
See what you got this time, big guy.
That hits.
Ooh,
The
man.
mace comes down.
I'm using my dagger. I got a 16.
Does 5 points damage.
At a
It
plus
hits
one
you.
with my dagger at a +1. Gives me 16.
He's standing there telling you what he's done.
Told you.
Calrissian
Greatest duelist of all time.
manages to evade the blow. Mick.
As he swung at Calrissian, I turn around and swing again with both. I'm gonna get
Just
you this
stab
time.
Just stab him in the spinal cord. If that's the thing.
In the eye. In the eye.
13. And 2.
What does the person look like that they're fighting?
And 4.
Yeah, I didn't have a picture.
Missing
I
both
wanted
times.
them to kind of imagine
Swinging.
by
Okay.
my
You clash off of its
description.
armor,
All right, good idea.
clambering around your companions, trying to avoid hitting them as well.
Yeah, we were going
Calrissian.
full theater of the
Okay,
mind.
go on. Give him a flourish, then slash him with my silver sword and then my dagger.
As he's trying to swing, I'll try and use my intimidate.
13 and 11.
13 and 11. You swing, you're claving into it, on the armor, but it is not penetrating as it laughs at you.
Come on, get this son of a bitch.
Bernier,
I'm there with my dagger in my hand. I'm being inspired by seeing my teammate, my new friend. So I'll try to get my courage back and do something.
You got this, Bernie.
17.
Get him!
you hit. Roll damage.
2.
Slicing into the creature. It practically laughs that one off.
Oh, its breath stinks
I'm gonna
too.
get you.
And it brings a hand forth, and you see darkness start sprouting from it, and it starts encompassing the room.
Oh shit.
Void before your eyes.
What is that?
Well, I learned a new word today.
What's that?
Where are we now? Całᴜsᴜ.
Whatever word Phil used
might be
just now,
mixed
in source.
Sorry.
Ensorcelled.
I've never seen that word before.
I know I can do this. Gonna use combat sense and take another big swing at it with only my battle axe.
I just say enchanted.
11.
11. You cleave into the armor. It deflects from what you can feel.
Ah!
Not quite sure where it hit due to the darkness. Całᴜsᴜ.
Gotta get this. This is it, man. 2 slashes against him.
You also have a -4.
Where are their weapons?
From
Are they level 1 in this game?
darkness.
Yes.
Yes. I think they're level 1 and level
And?
2.
You swish into the air.
Yeah, it's
They're using-
hard.
They're using sticks.
Full
They're using
time,
sticks.
missing, swishing into emptiness. Bernier.
See anything in here?
I crouch down and I stab with my bolt dagger like furiously.
Roll.
That's gonna be a miss. 2 miss.
Remember, it's
Man.
-4. You
Man.
cleave in. You feel something get stuck. You're not
Go in the
quite
neck.
sure.
Go to the neck. In the neck
Stick
or
it
the
to something.
eyeball.
Nick.
Forget the armor hit. Do the. Go for the
Take
armpit.
another cleave with it with both of them this time.
2 hit rolls. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Both miss.
You cleave into the air. However, it
Big
does
Bad
connect
is
with
taking
something.
pills.
What happens when you do a critical
Into
fail? Do you cut your own
something in
throat or
front of you.
something?
What
It's
is this?
yeah, it's not
What
that
is it?
bad in this. This is
Okay.
Castle's Crusade, so it's,
Bernier,
Okay.
roll wisdom.
15.
15. You're realizing you're hearing footsteps
Oh,
exiting the area. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Somebody's here.
Całᴜsᴜ.
Who is it? I sheathe my swords to disengage. I start bringing out all these crystals and throw them everywhere. Maybe this will help the light.
Plank, plank. As you are tossing out these crystals, you are noticing that there is no light being emitted. It is still pitch darkness.
Oh shit, this isn't good, you guys.
Let's fall back. Let's get out of
Bernier.
here.
Bernier,
so just to let you know, the creature cast darkness and walked out of the room. He decided he's just gonna disengage on these guys, and that's what's happening here.
oh, okay.
you hear that the footprints are off in the distance in one direction, and they are growing
gonna-
fainter.
Are they going to chase him into
I
another
try
area?
to figure out if it's the direction that we came from.
Roll your wisdom.
13.
You are pretty certain that it is heading towards the exit where you came from.
I think it's going after our people.
Let's get them then.
I'll move toward there with my ear out.
You go through the darkness, almost tripping a couple of times due to not knowing exactly what's in your footing in your path
The sconces.
due to your
the
dexterous
little
nature.
rolling
You
things.
continue on,
Crystals.
and slowly you start to see almost once again that slight darkness up ahead. However, just barely being able to see.
Follow me, guys. We can get out of this darkness.
I'll follow
gonna
Bernie's
get a
voice using my
refill.
sword to help me.
Yep.
Guide my
Killer is in. You notice that your sword is not glowing, is not showing any kind of emission of any kind of light. Mick,
Where are you, Bernier? Where are you?
Over here, over here.
you eventually all come out of the darkness, knowing that behind you it's still somewhat of an orb radius, some sort of spell, some sort of strange magic.
I take my I look around, take my bearing back.
Like I say, Phil, this is so painful for me to watch. My old ways and yeah, I've come a long way. We did 3 sessions, I think, underground, pretty much. This is kind of just practice, so we weren't actually gonna. I didn't want to broadcast it. I just wanted to get through, and it was just me struggling to work on each thing and eventually overcome all these issues in order for me to get into being a 3D role player. And man, you know, I'm exposing it here so that, so people can learn, and that's a thing, I have to suck it up and tuck that ego down and bear through it and see how I can handle watching this here. But yeah, this is a totally different from how I game master now, and wow. Yeah. It's like I say, it's so brutal on me to watch this and go.
So
oh,
is it night
why am I?
is it night and day, or is it only 30 degrees of difference? Or
Well, you've seen Centauri, and this is just like, oh man, like if somebody's seen this after seeing Centauri, they'd be like, what? Did Rick turn back to 2D again? What the fuck?
No, they would say, oh, this Crusades game they're playing sucks if that's how it's played.
Well,
They would say Traveler's so awesome.
Not yeah.
Because people always say it's the game mechanic
Yeah.
that controls everything.
Let's continue watching on. Let's see. Whoop.
I mean, it's still good. They're not asking Mother May I questions.
Yeah, that was one thing that I they were working on was trying not to do that, and
they're not 1D.
Yep, that's true. It's true. I mean, like I say, Big Bad's the big 3D player in this because he's done this before and everything. At this time, I had been with, I had done my thing with Abe and everything. I know how to role play as a player. It's just me trying to figure out how to role play as a game master. And like I say, after all these sessions, I've learned to pull myself out of the player's space, out of their actions. I don't even bother, retelling stuff anymore. So, my improvement is totally drastic compared to this. Like I say, it's painful to watch. Let's continue on. Oh.
You see the door has been once again splayed open, and you see the hallway up ahead, and you see to the one side the remainder of the group looking in horror as they're all clutching each other, fearing the worst.
Yeah, we didn't have a gnome to help us. I know
Gnome.
how to do some magic.
The gnome is like, "What was that?
Did you see it? Where'd it go?
It went that way." She points.
What do you want to do,
She
Brian?
points down the hallway towards where the streaks go. from where the streaks from where you had once seen.
That's no good. I don't know. Do we pursue it?
You hear off in the distance the sound of
Door opening.
There's the
It
sound.
sounds like a bunch of sarcophagus is opening. I don't want to be here anymore.
Let's get out of here.
This is not a good place to be. How do we get out of here though?
Poor
We didn't
Max.
stick to the plan. We didn't follow the right wall. We saw the same door.
It led us in a circle and 2 doors and 4-way.
Gnome says he went down that way.
Maybe we shouldn't go that way. I mean,
Let's go somewhere else. I don't want to go in the same. unless he's trying to exit this catacomb himself. Maybe we can follow him. No, that's too much of a gamble. Let's get back to the bone room.
the bone room.
That's the last place that we remember that we know about.
What about the 4-way with the 2 other doors?
We don't know. Like, I remember like seeing a 4-way.
If I recall correctly, I had the thing. This is an actual enemy that's in Harn. I had the enemy leave through the exit, which they're trying to find. So that's them hearing the exit door open because he knew of the passageway. Breadcrumbs. No, I'm just playing as matter of factly this creature, what it would do. So, in the context of the game, as you watch it, yeah, he exits and does some nefarious things, which you'll discover on the next episode. And yeah, I'm thinking in the context of the NPCs. I think I have NPCs down pretty good. I still have to learn to more or less describe them a little better. And once again, I need to pull myself away from these, from the players. Stop repeating their actions. It's a little bit of what you're going through, Phil. You know, in some of your descriptions, and yeah, it takes time, but
Practice.
you're way further in your second werewolf game. You're way further in this than I was here. So, you know, kudos on you.
When I do practice sessions, I don't know if you've noticed, Rick, but whenever I do a practice session, I always add another layer to it that I haven't tried yet. So I'm practicing for one thing, and then let's make it more harder. Top of that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, like I said, you're doing great. Your NPCs are perfect in that second session. It was great. I thought that was awesome. You described what they were doing and everything. I love how you put in all the pushes when you felt like it was time to put in some sort of thing for some action or some intrigue, and you made it up on the fly. And that's
I like when the husband came home.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, like anything could happen. You don't know, you know. Do the players, go, oh, you know, like, who is this, you know, or whatever.
Who are you? Well, I live here.
I live here. Yeah. The fuck are you doing in my home? Yeah. you know, it was it was good. So let's go on with this. Please make it end.
Yes. I mean, when we...
Listen, I'm not a photographer. I just gotta kill shit. It's freaking me out, man. Losing my mind.
Let's try to get our bearing back.
The gnome perks up and says, I did feel a sense of some pressure air on this moment, as if some form of breeze came through suddenly. Slight.
So you're saying that this thing is trying to get out? Is that what you say? Is that what you believe?
It could possibly be, now that you mentioned it.
Oh my, we're gonna follow the monster guy.
Do we want to do that? Like he's not like the other one that we fought. I don't think we were equipped to.
Maybe we'll just tell him the cultists made us attack him, and we're on his side.
Caldwell says, Carnwick says, you can see the glow back in that room again.
You can? I rush back in there and pocket my crystals.
As you walk in there, Całosᴜʟᴇs, make a wisdom.
8.
You notice that there was the various sconces on the walls, and as you cross through, you notice that there is some form of writing that was placed in along the line as if it was written across the entry continuously in 3 lines as you go through that you can see with the light.
You guys get in here and check out this writing. What is this? Let me
Writing?
recognize this. Yeah.
Let me have a look. I go in and look at it.
Bernier, you notice that in each of the spots where you had noticed where the darts had come from, there is a line of script that has been chiseled into the intricate mosaic work.
I know what to read, like a lot of script. Let me have a good look at it.
Check it out. Pop those darts.
That's 9.
9. You think it is something
10, sorry.
You think it is something somewhat of a ward type of spell that had been put on here.
I'm not sure. It's like magic stuff. There's some kind of like spell, ward.
Magic stuff.
I
as
cannot
the
tell.
gnome.
Do you know something about that, Rain?
What if it was designed to keep it in?
Gnome checks it out. Oh, I know what this is. He perks up. She goes, there are 3 barriers here. This one here is to keep people from passing through. The other 2, these are to keep something in. These have been broken with our very presence.
Oh.
Why didn't it try to kill us, I wonder? Kind of just
And
left.
she looks over. She sees that in front of the sarcophagus, there's a body.
Go investigate the body.
You check it out, and you see that there is a human, looks to be robed, looks to have signs of being drained, its skin puckered in. It looks to be somewhat mummified by the effects.
Check for marks around its neck, like maybe it's been bitten.
You look over it, you see that it has been chewed on, and definite signs that there has been blood sucked out of it.
Okay, so now we're dealing with the.
I don't know if it's a vampire or something worse.
But if it's trying to get out,
It's already free. It doesn't care about us. It's free now.
yeah. But can you
Wait,
lead us to
if
the
it's
exit?
free, he's trying to get out. If it's free, he's
He's-
trying to get out.
Yeah.
He's looking
That's-
at all the other, remnant glyphs around, and she says, "This thing that is in here was known as Delvok the Cursed."
Don't want the cursed.
I look at the robe that of the body, and I look if it's the same as the one I'm wearing now, because I took a robe of the cultist.
It is not. This is something that a commoner would be wearing.
Carnwick, get in here. Do you recognize this person?
Hardwick makes his way in there, shuffles through. Say, what? He looks down. He looks at him. Not sure.
So what we
He looks at. I think that was one of the adventurers that came here with Rain's friends.
Rain.
okay, so we can assume that it's not the cult didn't try to raise that guy, so it might not work with the cult. So maybe that's good for us.
I think if I was a centuries-old monster and someone freed me, I'd immediately leave.
So we follow him.
Rain says, "This does not bode well. If we've released something on our world, it's not natural.
Would you rather stay in this labyrinth?
No, let's get out of here."
Let's
Is there a way to stop it?
how
Well,
would we
you
know
know-
that?
Maybe
He-
let's try to figure that out
on-
once we're out.
Yeah, who cares
Yeah.
about that?
What
We
about
will
the
need some
guards?
sage
City
advice.
guards could take it out, right?
Yeah,
None of
it's
us
not a problem anymore.
Let's get out of here. Bernay, lead the way.
Lead the
I'll go in
thing
the
to a
direction that
city.
the rain pointed that the monster went. I keep
You-
my eye out. I don't want to if I hear him, I don't want to go like too close.
You head ahead down the corridor where the streaks fade off. and you see the corridor turns once again. However, there is an offshoot branching off to a dead end 20 feet in.
I'll go look at the dead end, inspect it.
Finally.
Looking for a passage.
You look, you slightly recognize something here. A panel.
Oh. I think I found something, guys.
What is it?
A passage.
Let's go.
I think we went through here.
We'll open it. How do we get through?
Remainder of the people coming in behind.
Big Bad's a real help in this, you know. He's
Big
prompting the other players to
Quiet back there.
do an action.
Hopefully, he's not going to lead us back to the
Yep.
cove. He might be busy with this monster.
Let's see do this passage. You said there's a passage here, right? How do we open it?
I press on the panel, try to activate it.
Bernier activates the panel. It opens. You see, as it opens, a altar lowers with a visage on it. Bust. And
This
it
is
lowers
it.
down,
This is it.
covers over. You see a diamond-shaped room. On the opposite end, once again, you see that there is another altar on the other side. The altar
Okay,
with the bus with the removed crowns. You also notice the double doorway in this room, and you also see that door with an encrusted dust layer on it on the other side.
I remember that door. I specifically said not to open it because it hasn't been open in a while. So let's go. Like we're close to the exit. That's. I remember this room. It's one of the first room we came in after the spider.
Exactly. They know where they go from here, right? Conrad, you remember, right? Right up there.
Yeah, the double door over here. That must be it. He gets the chiller. But what if that thing's out there?
We'll go ahead. Okay, I'll go scout ahead. But stay close. Maybe like 10 feet back, 20 feet back. I'll go have a listen.
I'm going right behind you.
Nick approaches Bernier. Comrade in arms.
Got your back, man.
Bernier, you see the door in front of you, double door.
I peek through it.
It opens, you see, just barely, a dark area. The torchlight from behind you sheds a little bit of information of a corridor, which abruptly turns, but there is something blocking the way.
Was there? We came in through like a collapse hole,
Ooh.
guys.
Yeah, the boulder
that's
blocking the
true.
way.
I think this is it. I think
Like
we found the
our-
exit.
Smell fresh air.
I think we found the exit, guy.
Let's
I
get
don't know if
going.
this thing is out there.
Who cares? Let's just
but
go.
He doesn't seem to be worried about us, so let's go. All right, Conway, wait here a bit with the group. Me and the guys will go. So I'll go to the corridor with my ear out.
It's
I got
more
some light.
Inception than 4D.
Follow behind.
You approach
I'm
up
along with
ahead.
But
You see that
but
there
not,
is a
not-
large
not quite
block
the same.
that had
Whoop, same guitar
Or you-
behind there.
that had
Yeah,
blocked
I've
the
got a
passageway.
different guitar.
A segment of it has been broken through.
You trying to do the same
and
camera shot?
squeezed through once again. in order
I look
to-
around for like the corpse of a spider or something like that.
You do not see a corpse of the spider anywhere around in this area.
I think this is freedom. We go.
Sorry,
I think this is freedom. This is how we get out.
we get out there. All right, let's go. Let's go. I want out of that fucking place. Maybe it's a different exit that we came in. I don't remember. There should be like. Let's go. Everything looked the fucking same here.
It's like every dungeon ever, man.
I hate dungeon.
Let's get out of here, then.
Conrad, follow behind us in 30 seconds. We're going up.
Bernier, you notice that the passageway is somewhat pushed to the side. The boulder has been pushed to the side. As you make your way through, eventually you slide across, noticing a carapace on the ground and some dangly legs.
Oh fuck, man! That's the place. That's the place. That's the place. We're out, fucking guy. We out. We out. Hopefully there's
Get
not an ambush
yourself
outside.
through, and you can see that there is burnt remains of what used to be spider webs everywhere around here.
There we go.
Mist of dark
There we go.
charcoal.
All right, Conway, bring everybody.
Yeah. I'm passing them through. He starts shuffling the people through one at a time, trying to get them
The
through.
children.
The
Guys, let's go ahead. Let's go. See
you
what-
hear a
Hey,
shriek
my
from one of the
mommy!
girls as they see the spider remains.
Don't worry about it. On
Rip them through. Rip them through. Come on.
End up
You wanna
pushing
live?
them through.
I'll
On the
divide
other
the
side,
group. I climb the little stair to have a listen, have a look.
climb up to the very top, Bernier.
It's
and
almost
you see
over.
that the doors have been opened, and you look through, and beyond, you see not light outside. It is very dark out there.
I've been in there.
Moonlight
We've been in there for a while.
Listening through all the rocks and the ruins ahead.
Night came, guys. Night came, and this
nighttime.
thing's out there. Hopefully, this thing's gone now. That's the only bet we can have.
I charge up the stairs to see the nighttime. Man, we're
Rest
down
of
here a
the
long
group
time.
starts making their way up as well. And up above in the area that Bernier and Calrissian and Mick finally resolve at the entrance, smelling the fresh air once again,
Freedom.
moonlight
Man,
up
that's good.
above, the trees encompassing the area.
Never going back to
That's-
another dungeon again.
And that's where we'll end it for tonight. Good job, guys. There's a couple of things. I you were close, on a couple there, Bernier, where I might have said, stop, or miss your turn. But I feel you said what you needed to say, but
Yeah, I'll stop. her
continued
here.
on.
Yeah, that's. Oh.
Hey, would you say you were playing more 2D or more 3D in this game?
Well, I'm
mean,
still I'm still stuck in.
It wasn't
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah,
It's not a terrible game.
I was still stuck in a lot of 2D. If I had stopped repeating what the players were doing, just stay in full on narrator mode, then then it would be a heck of a lot more 3D. So, I mean, I still had to go through a lot of changes within like the next couple of
you had to
yeah.
change and then change those changes.
I know, yeah, it's yeah, and like Phil's saying here, he's enjoying himself in this one. He's in the moment and everything. He doesn't want to be in the dungeon anymore. You can tell his frustration. Like, how do we get? What are we doing wrong? How do we get out of here? And it's building on him.
This is probably what, September or October when you did this?
Like September. We did like I said, we did 3 sessions, kind of like underground, like not showing these, and this was kind of like our practice. And eventually, like I said, I'd go ahead and release this stuff because it is quite it's not long ago, but when you think of it, September, September,
years.
October, November, December. December is when we had our first session with the Centauri, when we decided to finally, get our shit together and try this way of how you play role play, Csosᴟʟᴇs, where you the characters add something into the narrative as well.
But did you notice the way you learned? Your learning curve was like this. It was like a line.
Yeah,
and then it starts to go up,
suddenly,
and then it goes.
Yeah, that's gonna
It's
happen
weird
to
how
you.
that happens.
That's gonna happen to you, Phil. It's just you gotta reanalyze what you're doing, and then look at an actual like 3D game. And like I had been going back to like some of Abe's stuff where we were playing with him, and I
don't agree with Abe though.
Yeah, I mean,
he's reading from a book.
Yeah. There's times where
the G's and PCs.
Yeah, he's got the so my games with him weren't so railroady, and the one where me and
so what game was that?
It was let's see, what was the first one that I played with it? It was the anime one. So the anime one, he had different places. He did kind of he kind of made he didn't let us carry on the actual driving from A to B, or that sort of thing. Yeah. But it was a heck of a lot better than what you normally see out there. And we did have a lot of freedom with our characters, and we said our actions, and we expressed what we wanted to do and everything. We stayed in character, and it all worked.
I guess as long as you're not asking questions, I guess that's the main thing.
Yeah. And I was just following his a lot of what he was doing in the game, so I can kind of say, okay, that's how he does it. Now let me get back into my game, and I'm gonna try and practice this. And I just kept on going and going, and then I kind of went from following Abe's kind of direction to, hey, I can do this, and then I kind of just did that rocket up into the sky kind of thing. And feels like I need to work not on character parts a lot. I need to figure out strategies on describing scenes to people that are chomping at the bit to the action. And one of the keys there is to keep out of the players' minds. I'll do something like in the vicinity, blah 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 blah. I'll start describing that way. Just keeping out
location
the players. Yeah, I'm
and what
whoever
they can see.
Yeah,
what's around them.
Whatever player is on the screen, I'm describing the vicinity to them. And then when I change to another character, I'll describe the vicinity to them from their point of view, but not using them, just describing the vicinity. And it's a lot easier.
I'll say you. When I say you, I say you're in the library.
Yeah, as in the group, describing or the initial scene description.
Or you're at the bus stop. And that's about it.
Yeah.
They get to move themselves around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to start the game, I say you guys are here. Like at the mall, they got that little dot that says you're here on the mall map. You're here. That's all I do. I just say you're here. I don't move that sticker. They move it.
Yeah. Players are just staring at me, waiting for me to tell them things. Yeah. And in my game, they were carrying on the narrative with their own descriptions too. So that freed me up a lot. They wanted, they have their idea of what the ship, how the layout is in their head. I don't care what the layout is. So, and I think when I stopped caring about what layouts were, what the map showed, all that kind of stuff, I think I kind of freed myself from a lot of this needing to describe things precisely in particular ways. And
did I tell you about the game I ran for C쏘sᴜ๋ᴜ and some of his pals once? And it was all private chat. I didn't say a word during the game.
Right?
The players would private chat me what they want to do. I private chat to them what they have to roll, what kind of task roll they have to make. And then they would type back the number, and then I would type back what happened.
Oh yeah.
And there was no talking in the live stream. It was the weirdest thing.
That's weird.
That was an experiment we were trying. I was trying to see how deep can I go, role playing a mainframe computer.
Oh, okay.
And the players are giving me prompts.
I mean, so
the players don't know what each other are doing.
Yeah, okay. Like we did a lot of experimenting in the next 3 episodes, and it's, you know.
Do you remember which ones you did? What experiments?
I only just recently uploaded all the sessions in kind of like a private thing, so that all the and I gave out the links to all the players to go ahead and check it out. But I didn't you know, after the sessions, I kind of once I had gotten through the session, analyzed it, I went to the next phase with the next session. Kind of just put that last session out of my mind and just kept on going and tried to improve each time and make that curve happen to where I wanted to go.
When I would learn something, I would forget the old ways.
Yeah.
But recently I've been going on to these old RPG Brigade videos from 10 years ago and watching them.
Right.
Some of them I might even be in. And it just brings back all these horrible memories of when I first joined the brigade and I knew nothing about roleplay.
Right.
And we're doing the experiments and we had the crappiest microphones and internet speeds possible. No one can understand what each other was saying. And we're spoiled now with the fancy cameras now and the StreamYard.
Yeah, and you know, overlays, and now we can do the dice in the background, and we got our little character, you know, icons, or you know, we've tried different things. I think we had character icons on the screens, like on each of the players' screen in one of the sessions.
But then each player has to have what? They have to have OBS running on their machine.
Yeah, that's a key, is having something
otherwise
that can
otherwise their characters like behind them.
Yeah.
As a green screen kind of thing.
Yeah.
Instead of in front.
And even that's kind of iffy because, you know, like you say, you know, in your own experiences, if you let the thing go on for too long, then you get the desync with the voices and everything, and man, it's really weird because they were saying they could hear where my voice blinks out. I believe that was the NVIDIA broadcast when I was remaking these videos, and it caused that thing to happen. Or it might be just one way, because they were able to hear me do the voices and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
Where the broadcaster was actually erasing it. So I don't know. It was kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, there's like built-in noise filters.
I figured it out. So, you know, I got rid of that, and you know, it made things a lot more easier. But it's you know, you got the technical challenges. And then you start adding, you know, your little flavor things, you know, the, you know, overlays, all that stuff. But I mean, it's challenging, fun to try different things, and you see what works, what doesn't work, and depending on the group, sometimes something clicks.
Yeah, we tried.
It works.
When we would play Call of Cthulhu, we would try Roll20 when it first came out because it had ambient noises.
Right, yeah.
The light, the thunder and lightning, rain stuff, and creaking doors and hallways. So we'd have that playing.
Yeah.
Depending on where the characters were. But that's all we used Roll20 for.
Oh yeah. Did that enhance everything for you guys when it was it a good thing you felt?
I don't remember. I'm not using it, so I guess it didn't matter.
Yeah. I don't want to use, like, you know, canned things, you know, canned sounds and stuff like that. I mean, I do enough sound effects with I do the RPG is dumb thing with Paul.
Yeah, well, see, now I got voice mods, so I use that now for sound effects.
Oh yeah. I don't think I would ever use something like that. It's just like an extra level of complication that I'm just like, no.
Yeah, you have to set up your hotkeys. So when you push the hotkey, it makes the certain sound, and then you have to remember what hotkey you told to play what sound.
Yeah. You know, if you ever get into doing that again, you know, one of these is a godsend. You know, all your hotkeys there.
EVS has one of those now.
Yep.
So he has like the audience clapping or cheering or booing or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. No, I only use this for my overlays, so that I can express what the players need to roll, and that's basically what I use. It's just an overlay on my camera that that tells them they need a a 6 or higher, an 8 or higher, a 10 or higher, and it gives the difficulty and everything. So makes it a little bit more easier for them to game without me saying, you need this. And then it pulls me out from saying, oh, you need this. I just make a dex check.
Boop. Yeah, the C쏘sᴜᴜᴇs dice is a thing of beauty.
Yeah. And I'm glad everybody got that set up. Big Bad did a really good video on how to set up. I was saying, man, that's your niche. If you were to do videos like that all the time, he's like, oh, those are so brutal to do because all the editing that he had to do to make it happen. Yeah. But the work that he put into that, it was awesome. I mean, people should definitely follow that his videos on how to, and yeah. Let's see. Phil says all of the audio drops. Yeah. I do my own. I want it to be a thing like as if you were at the table with me, and I'll do the vocal sound effects once in a while.
I do sound effects.
Have fun with it. Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, you do that.
But it's weird how the 2D players, that's all they can complain about your videos. Oh, he uses sound effects. Who does that? That's their only complaint?
Yeah, I guess so. What it is. May as well complain about something, right?
Well, they only watch the first 5 minutes of our videos anyway.
I mean, we do the same. I mean, we watch video. You start watching a video, I start watching it, going, yeah, I totally agree with this one, Johnner. And I'll type something away there. But
well, now I'm at the point now where I just know what the GM's going to say next in the game.
Oh yeah, I know. You said it spot on with that Star Wars game. I was like, oh, you nailed that one.
So it's predictable. 2D players are predictable.
Yeah. Steam Deck,
and they all want, not all of them, but most of them have this story they want to tell. They have this idea of the players going here, then here, then here, in that order. And then they narrate how the players do that.
Yeah.
The way I play, it's a blank canvas. We don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
Some people are against it.
For Phil, Steam Deck does have I do have a thing for the dice where I can hit the reroll on it, but the problem is it has to be the active application when you do that, unfortunately. So it's kind of like doing a double tap on your mouse, and it will do that. The thing is, it doesn't actually have hooks that say, go into this application and do that. I'll have to check deeper.
You need an API. There needs to be an API to do that kind of stuff.
So I have to check in the Stream Deck
or like a command. What do they call it? Instead of running Sophie's dice, you run a command line thing, like Sophie's dice ex.exe, and then a parameter or an argument like 2d6.
Yeah.
And the 2d6 part comes from your button presser. If you can run Sophie's dice from the command line. I haven't checked. It does a whole lot though. Does she have a does Sophie have does Sophie have a Discord or anything? I can't recall. Don't know.
Yeah.
They have a blog. They have a YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I've commented on both and haven't gotten an answer.
Oh, man. But great, great set of dice, man. It's so cool. I'm glad I found it, and I'm glad I tried it, and
Yeah.
I'm
It doesn't look
glad I
like it'll
passed
get
it on to
updated,
people.
but at least it's out there.
Yeah, yeah. Czosᴜʟᴇs, no, I haven't ran it. I've read through part of the rules. It's interesting. He has a lot of fluff in there that you can use. That you don't need to use for Czosᴜʟᴇs. You can use it for your game, whatever you're playing. He has a lot of random stuff. You can do a solo thing if you wanted to with his charts and stuff like that, if you really wanted to.
It's an RPG game. It's a solo game, and it's a book that tells you how to run games.
Now I will be talking to Matt and getting him on my channel to we've kind of touched base a little bit, and I said, hey, I would really love to have you on the channel to talk about Czosᴜʟᴇs, and but I would also like to kind of if he wanted to talk about how to make Czosᴜʟᴇs work with what we're doing, and maybe he can give me some pointers on how to rule zero his game in order to make it run smoother in that kind of aspect. So
no initiative, no combat rounds.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably watched my videos.
He has a rule zero. I think it says rule zero, but not in those words exactly.
Yeah.
You can change it. It's rulings over rules. That's what he's got.
Yeah, I mean, if the guy has the time to do it, he seems to be pretty busy. He posts like I think he posts pretty late in the evenings. So, and yeah, we'll touch base soon. Czosᴜʟᴇ, I wouldn't mind you popping on with the video with us. Maybe we can share video kind of thing. And with Matt from Czosᴜʟᴇs and talk about 3D role play and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like his videos.
Yeah,
he's got how-to videos. He has a preview of his book. So I read his book when he was doing the preview. Because he shows every page of the book.
Right.
And it's in focus pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did a how-to combat thing, and he did something else, how to make a character, and he did something else. I'm more interested in just, what his views are on roleplay. If the GM is in control of everybody, and they're just there to be pawns that roll dice and nothing else, or if he gives the players have agency. I like agency discussions.
Yeah, I'd like to hear how his players play in his game, and whether or not he, maybe he has some insight on for people to help them, keep their game in a 3D aspect at least. And
what interested me is when I saw how many World of Darkness books he has on his bookshelf.
Yeah,
he has all of them, so that means something. That means you're a role player if you have that game. Yeah,
and he's got some of the stuff I got, the fantasy trip and stuff like that in the background. And those are cool games. Fantasy trip is more of a tactical game.
Fantasy. Oh yeah, he got the Kickstarter one.
Yeah, same as me.
I had Fantasy Trip in like 80 or 81. But I didn't like it. It's only three attributes.
Yeah. I mean, it was the beginning of GURPS. It was the beginning of GURPS, man.
Strength, dex, and health or something. Like, what?
Yeah.
Because I was playing Car Wars. And they came out around the same time as Car Wars. Car Wars, you only have 3 hit points. That's it. And you're dead when you're hit 3 times by a bullet.
Yeah. That's a weird rule, but I thought, we didn't think, anything of it back then. We were 1D players, and that was
it was a
thing.
It was a board game. It came out between Mad Max and Road Warrior, so we were like gung ho on that stuff.
Oh yeah, of course. But
Fresh in our
it
minds.
took so long
Death
to
race.
do each turn. It was like, oh my god, you know,
Yeah. 2.5 hours to do 6
Yeah.
seconds, or 30,
It was like-
30 seconds was
and
3 hours.
And the funny thing is, like most Car Wars games was like, you know, it was self mutilation. It was like you do the thing and the cars barely even touched each other, and you were pretty much already roasted. You know,
I wasn't
because
I wasn't driving yet, so I didn't understand about
speed, velocity, and
the chassis and I didn't understand why do tires add to the car weight? I didn't understand that for the longest time. It's riding on the wheels. The wheels don't count for weight.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Then
were
you try
young
to pick
and
up
dumb.
a tire. When you change a tire, then you're like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
You can't pick up the tire. Oh, that's why it's considered weight. And then you have the armor. I didn't understand the armor, how that works, you know, because you only have like a Ford Pinto as a reference. Like, how are we going to put armor on this car and it's still going to move? And then there's what was the other thing? The hazard. What do they call it? Some sort of the handling of the vehicle. You had to have a certain skill for that. Otherwise, you lose control at certain speeds. If you can still control the handling of the vehicle, I didn't understand that.
Yeah, so you totally mess up the way that you build your character because you don't understand the mechanics behind it.
Yeah, like my character's good at just standing up through the sunroof with the machine gun turret thing. He's not the driver, so someone else has to be the driver. You go down, you cut out, get the scissors, you cut out the little highway pieces, and you got your car going down the straightway, and then there's a fork in the road somewhere, and just to get your car just to move your car a yard took 2.5 hours of you just shooting at each other. Okay, go. Tires, armor.
Well, you were smart then because we always had like buildings between us, and then we choose our path on oncoming destruction. But like I say, by the time you get to each other, you've already like rolled your car at least once or something like that because you don't understand how the velocity works, and you're just like.
Yeah, and then they had the motorcycles, the 18-wheelers, the helicopters, the
helicopters,
speedboats, the crash derby one. I had all of the add-ons, all of them. I still do.
I've got like
all
all
the
kinds of
maps,
all kinds of tracks and stuff like that I had copied and put on like a hard paper and stuff like that. It's all curled up now because it's getting old and the glue is like doing the thing.
But I want to say Car Wars was the last war game I played.
Oh yeah,
because right after that they had the Auto Duel Champions,
right,
which was Car Wars and Champions Second Edition together.
Yeah.
And I thought that was my gateway into Champions.
Yeah.
And then GURPS had a Auto Duel module too for Car Wars.
Yeah, my last board game was, I think I even broadcasted my last board game. That was the Deep Madness. And Spencer and Josh came over and played for, I guess we played a couple hours.
Remember the first time I saw that? When I saw your board set up, I thought for sure you had just done an AI render.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
That your camera made your board and all the pieces look like an AI version of some game.
Cool.
And then you said, "No, that's real. I bought that." I was like, "What?"
Yeah. Then grab a piece and I'd show close up what it would look like and all the painting that I did on that. Man, it took me that big box, that massive box of minis is like 2 feet by 1.5 feet by. It's massive that box, and it's full of the foam. The foam dividers in there.
Yeah.
And there's like over 250 miniatures in that game. That was a lot of painting.
So, was that your last war game or last board game?
That was my last board game. My last war game was BattleTech. I played some BattleTech in the local store here at Strange Ideas. That's the name of the store.
The last board game I played was Twilight Imperium. Third edition.
Yeah.
It was like just doing a solo kind of a thing. The game lasted 12 hours.
Wow.
Because I had like 10 players. I was playing each of the players. It was cool. Got to play all the aliens.
But yeah, that would be a long game.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had like 3 folding tables next to each other just to have all the room for all the pieces.
Yeah.
It was cool. It'd be a longer game if I had real people and they didn't know the rules.
Well, I think what I should do is end this stream, but I'll see you on the other side there. And I mean, I've already said, what I need to say for this first session-y thing. I don't want this to be too scary, like 2 hours, 3 hours, and blah, blah, blah. That'd be freaking crazy. Let me go ahead and do my little outro, and we'll see you on the other side, Czosᴜʟᴇs. Let's do that.
Hey, since you've made it this far to the video at the end, you may as well hit that subscribe button. Because it's free. Honest, it's free. Just go ahead and hit it. I'm learning stuff. You're learning stuff. We all learn together. Subscribe. Just do it.